Hello, friends. This is Cold Run, back with not Hades. I was about to say Hades, but no, this is Final Fantasy Type-0. It's been I feel like it's always been a while. I'm still trying to get into a good rhythm with this game. Um, okay, here we are. So your training was a smashing success. Well done. May the crystal guide you. Level 43. I don't even like these names. Don't really mean anything to me, so I'm just gonna kind of skip through them unless they should mean something to me. Then I will read them slower. Jack grew a level and gained 3. Tokuda Hiragi gained another level. Shinome Haruna gained another level. Holy shit. Holy shit, Jack. So Jack is better now, it looks like. Look at... Oh, that's actually kind of cool. You can kind of move when you're dodging. You can kind of like roll in circles around someone. Okay, I should stop being amused by that. Let's talk to no one. So what level are you now? Like 16? 17? Okay. So, do I remember where I was and what I was doing? Not even remotely. Not even a little bit. Like, not even the smallest amount. So, my first step is going to be... Whoop. Class 9 sucks. Okay. I want to see if I can go to another classroom. I cannot. Next, I want to go to Class 0. Like, Classroom 0, I should say. Because I want to get the classes out of the way, because those are the... Not the important things, but, like... Those are the things that, no matter what happens, no matter what other tasks I do, I think these are the things I absolutely want to do. Fight. Survey of Battle Basics. Fight 101. Designed for those with little combat knowledge. Yeah, let's do it. Cease. Wake up and tell me the capital of Concordia. What's the point of sleeping? My eyes open. Keep my eyes open. I can see some sleep. Mahamori. I owe you apologies for pulse more than you look. Mahayamori, I think it was. Surprised me. 8. I mean, I know how puny you are. I expect you to punch like a mention my head again. Okay, so 8 is sassy against people who mention their height. Okay. That goes really quickly. Basic magic. We're just going to do all these things. Study the structure of spells, analyze the characteristics of various elemental incantations, and memorize how to invoke all magic listed in Sorcery and Mage a Learner's Spellbook. That sounds like a lot of memorization. What region lies north of Rubrum? How about we hear from Ace? 9 doesn't... It's north... That's right, so some of these are repeated. Yeah, I mean, I won't skip it, but I'll probably skip it going forward. Okay, yep, so some of these are just repeated dialogue. Magic power increased by 1. Yeah, and again, we'll see. Is this new? Is this new? Yeah, this is the same. Defense magic increased by 2. And Hup 100. Study the structure of the body and how to train each area effectively, and learn how to create the perfect workout regimen to fit one's individual needs. I could use this class. Machina, define l'Cie. Sir, a l'Cie is one charged by the crystal to fulfill a focus. Yep, same from 13. A l'Cie who follows the crystal's will is blessed with crystal stasis. When it disobeys this crystal, but live as a Seath, I assume it said, but I didn't read the rest of it. I just... Okay. Oversimplifying this is deemed exactly right. Fear for the future of scholastic integrity. Okay. I'm really surprised they don't let you skip through that on your own. Like, they don't give you the power to do that. Go out and play. Okay, let's go out and play. Need any supplies? Nope, I'm good. Wait. Do I need any supplies? What's my quest? I forgot. I had written some stuff down. Wait, I'm level 18. I had written some stuff down, but I forgot where I put it. That kind of defeats the purpose. Request. North Togarath. Okay. Okay, so we got a couple of question marks over there. Sounds good to me. Who's this?
Wanna play?
Sink. How come everybody's so afraid of the Empire's silly little crystal jammer? Maybe it's because it cuts off the source of all their power and leaves them helpless? Yeah, that's probably why. Looks like Ace is late for his usual afternoon nap. I bet he overslept. That is a big move right there. Okay, so this is... it seems like it's telling me to... I'm not going to talk to you just yet. It seems like it's telling me to be Ace. So let's see if... Yeah, it's very important to be as asexual as possible. Let's see if we can swap to Ace. Okay, now will this change anything? Yes, it will. Now, this is actually kind of interesting to me. I know it's... Maybe I'll just rest my eyes for a second. Because this feels like it's going to be a dream or a memory or something.
You sure like chocobos, don't you?
Is that weird?
Of course not. My little brother's a cadet. He really likes chocobos too.
So this legionary's got to be your
much
brother.
So that he even insisted on naming my chocobo. I actually came here today to see him, but he had to go on a mission.
Oh, maybe not.
Very last minute. Elite cadets don't have it easy.
We do our duty as cadets.
You're very mature for your age. Unlike my brother.
Who's your brother?
Can I ask, do you have any little brothers or sisters? Somehow you look like you do.
Maybe. I really don't know who's older, who's younger.
Is this the memory thing?
You don't know?
Well, all Mother told us was that we're brothers and sisters.
Oh,
They are
okay.
my siblings. They tend to get in my way.
This is class 0.
I used to think that about my brother.
Used to?
Yeah. My brother was gifted enough to be an elite cadet. But he made me feel like a failure. So, I used to keep my distance from him.
And it's different now?
Yeah. After I realized that we're brothers. You know, real bona fide brothers.
It took that long?
Yes, maybe I was a little slow. But I don't think you've realized it yet yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about siblings is, no matter how differently they think or how annoying they are, they share a common destiny.
Do they really,
The
though?
epitome of unfairness, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I wanted to be a brother to any of those people.
Someday you'll understand too. When you have brothers and sisters, that means that you're not alone.
Power of
It's
friendship.
not like having a friend or a sweetheart.
Oh, never mind.
The bond is more gritty, you know? Kinda awkward, but comforting at the same time. It's not just because you're related. And it's not just from spending a long time living together.
Really?
Well, that's my theory.
Oh,
Anyway.
okay.
So, what does the bond come from then?
Yeah, I'm here interested
It
to hear
comes
this.
from having to face our respective fates alongside each other. At least that's what I think. But hey, why am I going on like this? I guess I just needed someone to talk to, since I didn't get to talk to my brother.
I feel like
Thank
that's
you
more...
for standing in for my brother.
That
Hey,
theory
what's
is...
your name?
Izana Kunagiri.
Oh, fuck. Is this the guy who died in the beginning? I think it might be. Okay. I see you, but I don't know why this was different, but that felt different. Like, than just a regular thing. Okay, so let's go... I feel like I want to go to the... Check out the Chocobo egg next. Because I had that Chocobo I was hatching. Let's go to the Chocobo Ranch. Here we are. Did it hatch? The chicklings that hatched the other day Done grown into adult chocobos. I reckon you ought to choose what to do with these ones before you breed any more. Give me my babies right now. A war chocobo, 2 war chocobos, and 2 regular chocobos, and a regular and a... Okay. Trophy earned, egg sighting development. Okay, that's excellent. I'm glad to hear. Glad to hear that worked out. So let me see if I can find the chocobos here. Okay, yeah, but can't... Oh, wait, no. Squeak, squeak. Breed chocobos, yes. Alright. A chocobo that is difficult to take down. Let's breed the 2 war chocobos together. Can we... Okay. Greens. Increase the chances of hatching a good chocobo. Yeah, let's make a super chocobo. Combat chocobo. Hell yeah. Okay. We popped on the Barry White, and the chocobo laid eggs. And one that little tiny baby chocobo chick looks like it's decaying. Okay. So now what happens to the war chocobos? Do they disintegrate, or... Let me... okay. Because I guess that I don't know. Maybe it's like how with some animals, like when they mate, they bite each other's heads off, and like... So maybe that's what happened with chocobos. Maybe I won't have access to them, or maybe I'll still have access to them. Or maybe they'll be put out to pasture. Alright, let's go... Who are you, friend? I always wanted to be a cadet, but now that they're deploying cadets, I'm having second thoughts. I'm not ready to go off to battle. Maybe I'll just throw the approval test. That is one way to go about it. Alright, I see exclamation points up the wazoo. I want to get some reading done here. Let's see what else we can find. Holy shit, Annals of Orients has a lot of stuff in it. It's a lot of new stuff. Alright, let's just start going through this. So, let's see, how do I do this so it's not super overwhelming to me? So we've been checking out this place for about 15 minutes. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. And whatever I can read through in the next 15 minutes, awesome. So again, you may want to skip through these parts if you aren't interested in just seeing this lore. And I won't take offense. In fact, I won't take offense to anything you do. I will, but let's hope you don't do that kind of stuff. The structure of Akademia. Established to bring the legendary savior Agato into the world. See, this is already fruitful. So Agato is a person, I think. Akademia was organized into an educational facility for potential candidates known as Agato cadets. The students were divided into 13 core units known as classes, from the newly formed Class 0 on to Class 12. In addition, Akademia housed a reserve class of trainees, students who had not fulfilled the requirements to be promoted to cadet. The sorcery, scholastics, and logistics divisions, along with the administration and armory, were formed to train, support, and educate the student body. This is already like very Final Fantasy VIII-ish in that, in specifically that it's a school not just designed to educate students in a general way, but designed for a really specific purpose. There it was to fight the sorceress and keep the sorceress in check. Here, it's to bring the savior Agato into the world, which I'm sure we'll find out more about as things go on. The Dominion Legions originally existed for the purpose of these fledgling cadets, but with Orions constantly at war, the military branch of Akademia tended to have considerable influence in administrative matters. Mobilization, arms production, and deployment of soldiers were crucial components of the country's infrastructure. and with all these aspects under his command, the Commandant enjoyed more authority than the Chancellor of Akademia in regard to national administration. This political structure coincided with both the Akademia administration's desire to devote themselves to cultivating Agato. Cultivating Agato is a weird term. It almost makes it seem like Agato is like you cultivate crops or you cultivate traits. I never heard of cultivating a person. And Central Command's wish to engage the military without interference. As long as the war did not escalate, the country ran smoothly. The war did escalate, however, and Akademia was drawn into the fray. With the cadets now assigned to its charge, the military's authority increased even further, and the balance of power was reversed as Akademia was slowly subsumed as part of the Dominion legions. That's rough. Speaking of the Dominion legions, at the onset of the war, Rubrum's military was divided into three: the Western Legion on the Imperial border, the Central Legion defending the capital and its surroundings, and the Eastern Legion on the border with the Kingdom. And the Kingdom is that the one where that emissary was visiting from, the women-led place. Each legion possessed 6 to 10 mage divisions, and a few independent summoning regiments to support the spellcasters. One mage division consisted of 3 separate mage regiments, and each regiment was comprised of approximately 2,000 legionaries. Including support squads, a single division contained almost 10,000 soldiers. Each independent summoning regiment commanded 1 or 2 eidolons. I'll go with the eidolons for now. 3 regiments formed one summoning company. This is all flying over my head. None of those numbers are not going to remain for me. Meaning a single company wielded between 3 to 6 eidolons, depending on class. That's a lot of eidolons for a company, isn't it? However, the legion suffered a crippling blow in the Imperial invasion, and the Dominion lost the majority of its territory, so the 3 legions were effectively disbanded, so that's no longer how things are set up. Although the name Legion remained intact, Rubrum waged war with Milites with a smaller army formed from only a few divisions. Okay, that makes sense. The Imperial Militia. At the start of the war, the Imperial Militia consisted of 5 armies, from the 1st to the 5th. Each army consisted of 4 to 8 corps? I don't know what the plural, how you pronounce the plural of that word. 4 to 8 corps comprised of 4 or so divisions apiece. Magitech armor served as the main offensive force of the armored divisions, while the infantry divisions employed primarily foot soldiers. A single armored division included 300 MAs, Magitech armors, and 10,000 foot soldiers, whereas an infantry division was made up of about 100 MAs and 15,000 foot soldiers. An additional artillery squad and airship squad provided each of the corps with a total of 60,000 troopers per pair, giving each army a combined total of 200. How did they put this much detail into this codex? This is really surprising, even for what I was expecting. This is surprising. Well, the Imperial Militia was a force of roughly 1,200,000. Of that number, Imperial Central Command deployed 3 armies worth of soldiers, 700,000 to demolish the Dominion. Okay. That was very dry. I'm not going to read the dimensions. The Imperial military's dreadnoughts are officially designated as airborne warships and have been included as the Empire's primary... And if you've gotten to the end, this sentence is... I won't go into more because of potential spoilers if you're not up to there, but given where the Boshan Southern Front goes to, this sentence is really interesting. In Final Fantasy XIV, and they have been included as the Empire's primary source of aerial firepower ever since the founding of the Imperial Air Force. Unlike the Dominion military, the Empire utilizes its airships to provide air-to-ground offensive support, as well as transport Magitech armor and soldiers, so these craft are bigger and more heavily armed than the ones employed by the Dominion. Okay, so the Empire uses the dreadnoughts both as transports and like actual offense. Okay. They were invincible class, and their stats are as follows. Okay, I believe you. Let's see what else here. So we got through those. Pet 1, Operation Reconquista. Once they had finally regrouped... Oh, this is... We've kind of already seen this. Okay. So this is just kind of going through the stuff we've seen, or like... I guess this will give me a sense of how long the game is. So I assume that I'm... How far am I into the game? I assume I'm about... Like... I don't know what percentage that is. 20% into the game? Like, does that sound about right? And that, like, when I get to here, I'll be 50% into the game, and that sort of thing. That's my guess. Alright, historical personae. Machina. Severed from their crystal's blessing. During the Maltese assault on the Akademia, the Imperial forces deployed 2 crystal jammers to suppress the Dominion's magic. We already saw that. When Elsie Kunmei stepped out of her MA to engage Dominion... oh, whoops. How do I go back? Okay, there we are. Kunmei quickly returned to... Okay, so this is just the story we've seen about Kunmei, what happened with her, and how we foiled her plot. Okay. So Machina and Rem grew up in the same village. 1 year ago, their paths reconverged, and the two found each other once again by pure serendipity. It's a good word. Before war broke, wasn't there a character named Serendipity? Why do I think there's a character named Serendipity? Like in a movie or something. Maybe from Dogma? I don't know. Yeah, maybe from Dogma. Before war broke out in Orient, Agato cadets would often trained by participating in combat simulations against their classmates. During an experimental interclass drill, Machina and Rem were selected as representatives for their respective classes. Neither one could hide the surprise they both felt at seeing their childhood friend for the first time in 7 years, and having to square off in combat at that. Yeah, that'd be a strange feeling. From that day forth, the two picked up right where they left off, spending... I love when that happens, when you see a friend after, like, years, and you just fall right back into the same rhythms. Spending time together before and after their lectures. And although Machina and Rem were initially assigned to different classes, fate brought them one step closer when the administration transferred both of them to Class 0. Okay. So Rem, I think we've seen... Yeah, so she's... outperforms Machina. Cadets clad in crimson capes. Students began their life at Akademia as trainees. We've seen that. We've seen that Machina was in class 2nd, Rem was a pink in class 7th. Sorcery, Dr. Alrusha managed to create a special team of cadets. We already know that. They're like a secret thing. Okay. Yeah, so nothing too new there. Ace. In 833 RG, Dr. Alrashia took the 8-year-old Ace under her wing and flew him off to a special facility in Akademia. There she raised him, and he began a rigorous training program focusing on combat and magic. 9 years later, Ace joined the Liberation of Rubicus and officially registered as a Class 0 cadet soon after. I wonder how he got into cards. Maybe he just like playing like Magic the Gathering and just like held onto his cards as a focus for his power. His cool exterior masks a bit of a reckless streak, but he means well in all he does. In this world where the memories of the dead are erased from the minds of the living, Ace is one of the few who can sympathize with those who suffer pangs of loss and shed tears for the fallen. Really? I wonder why. Is it just his personality, or is there something like about his memory that like locks them in more than they otherwise would be locked in? A rather sensitive boy, Ace occasionally finds himself humming the song Dr. Alrashia used to sing to him when he was younger. Oh, I don't do that, but it's sweet. Igan, 842, one day at the Chocobo Ranch. Ace and his siblings visited Akademia twice before officially registering as cadets, and he found himself visiting the Chocobo Ranch on both occasions. Is this based on what I did? Because when I was using Ace to like visit, was I using Ace to visit the Chocobo Ranch for the first time? Maybe. I don't know. That would be really kind of cool if they noted that in the lore. When he was much younger, he rescued a Chocobo chickling that had strayed from its nest. Unbeknownst to Ace, the chick died shortly thereafter due to a rare condition. And though he doesn't remember the incident, his love for Chocobos remains strong to this day. One of the quickest ways to endear me as a player and as a person to anyone, whether it's a fictional or real character or real person, is to see them enjoying animals and loving animals. I don't think that's an uncommon thing for me either. It was this affinity that drew him to the Chocobo Ranch during his preliminary visits to Akademia. There he encountered Izana Kunagiri, an earnest young soldier in the Dominion Legions. Having heard that he and his siblings would be joining the upcoming anti-imperial counteroffensive, Ace requested Izana fight at their side. Ugh. I mean, that's gotta hurt for Ace. And after a brief discussion, Izana accepted. And Izana was 2 days before retirement, too. Deuce, we've seen. Trey, we've seen. Cater. Cotter? I think it's, I mean, if it were like Latin notes, it would be Cotter, but, or at least the way I was taught, but we'll just go with Cater. In English, that sounds better. Cater is trained at one of sorcery's special facilities since the age of 8, studying how to wield a magicite pistol and cast all sorts of spells, like a good child soldier. She finally put her skills to the test in 842 when the Militesi Empire invaded Akademia and passed with flying colors. She later joined Ace and the others as a member of Class 0. So is Ace meant to be like a protagonist, almost? Joined Ace and the others? There is no beating around the bush with Cater. She's very clear about what she wants and extremely confident she can obtain it. She tends to be impulsive at times, but her honest, off-the-cuff style can be rather refreshing. Cater hates losing, and she refuses to let anyone or anything get her down. She keeps magicite in her knapsack to power her magic pistol, and don't even think about touching it. This is... I don't know what I think of this, of these sorts of things. It almost feels like you're reading the outline for the game rather than playing the game itself. Like, the way it's set up makes it seem like it's not just like a dossier. It sounds like it's like a proof of concept for the game. I don't know. I'm not sure what I think. I know that I don't tend to like it in general. I mean, I like it better than not knowing anything, but it feels a little bit ham-fisted at times. Okay. So, let me just make sure. So, Ace is kind of protaggy. Deuce is respectful and understanding, kind of warm and kind of noble. Trey is the bow dude. Cool, calm, and collected. He's kind of pompous, and he's kind of pompous and explainy. Cater is bold and gets what she wants. Sink, she's someone kind of sassy, right? If I remember right. In 833, Dr. El Rashia whisked Sink away off to a special center near Akademia in hopes of honing her destructive tendencies. When asked which weapon she thought would best suit her, Sink replied, "If you're going to hit somebody, you might as well hit him super duper hard." She proved quite capable with a mace, and she was finally able to put her abilities to good use during the Urban Liberation of 842. I wonder what weapon I would have. Maybe I'd have like a house cat as a weapon. I don't know how, but I'm sure I'd make it work. Her official induction to Class 0 came shortly thereafter. Sink walks and talks to the beat of her own drum. Like, this feels very show not tell, or very tell not show, doesn't it? Maybe I'm wrong. Her lovably offbeat personality always keeps people guessing as to what stunt she'll pull next. In spite of her ostensible obliviousness, however, Sink is surprisingly perceptive. She'll occasionally strike right at the heart of the matter, shocking those around her without even realizing the profundity of what she said. What a pip. Okay, this is... I've been going for about a half hour for this session. Oh, God, time flies. I'm going to call it here. Next time I'm going to continue checking out Cease through King. And we'll just keep going through these things. I mean, I'll probably mix it up. I'll probably go through... I don't know. I'm open to suggestions, because I really want to see these, but I also don't want to bore both y'all and myself. Holy shit, look at this. But I think I want to just kind of blow through this. Maybe I might have like a long session next time, just an hour session where I just go through as much of the lore as I can. Yeah, that's going to be it for me for now. Thank you for watching. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.